stories of our families are. You know, the families who really made the South. And I see you here every time I walk through, just feeding birds, just keeping to yourself. And I wonder, what in the world is this man's story? Surely you have one. Something really good.
I suppose, though I haven't thought on it much.
Well, go on and think out loud. I've got a little social event to attend later, but it's not till this evening, so I've nothing but time.
Do you mind if I use a parable?
Hmm? You mean like Jesus?
Yes, like Jesus. Do you mind if I use a parable to tell my story?
Sure, I suppose.
My story. My story. One sunshiny day, a man was sitting in Audubon Park. How some would deride him from being called a man. Some would refer to him as boy, more often it. Regardless, the man in Audubon was me, and I was having a peculiar problem, more specifically an existential crisis. Yeah. I was having trouble distinguishing between fantasy and reality. But I'm not in Audubon anymore. Well, I'm not having a problem anymore. You see, I'm not here anymore. I mean, I'm here in the flesh, but my mind is away in the past and in the land of the sick. Well, there are far better things to tend to than there are here. You know, aunts and uncles dying of malaria diseases, unsuited for the aristocrats trying to bring the old world to the new. Brothers and sisters fighting to the death, first in the mud of their native lands and then overseas. All of them, all of us, truthfully, engaged in sins for which there is no repentance. So, you know, I've tried within, but to understand, but though I've been raised here, though I've grown older, alone here, I've always looked back and been numb, you know, hoping to change dead to living, and still let dust be dust. My father, he taught me most of that with a gun to his head. Oh, and Shakespeare took care of the rest. So you see exactly what my story should be. I don't truthfully know. I've always been lackluster at saying what I need to, and so, as they say, take from me what you will and leave the rest.
Why? How compelling. I enjoyed you so much.
January 1970.
A cigar on the Mississippi, and the best of us out tonight. Shoe shiners, heart blowers, people just trying to make a dime. I know I'm out. I invested what money I had in the smoke of my love. Here's to my generation. The best generation. And then I noticed, how old we getting? The shoe shiner must be running 50 at least. And I'm looking at some of y'all, and y'all looking rough. Hey, you want to have you gotten any at least? Lord knows. Lord knows this is. Lord knows. It's all right. I couldn't tell you, and God knows how long I got in. I'm all alone. Come Mardi Gras, we all be good. Mardi Gras, 69. Last girl I had. She was down Bourbon. She comes up to me, and I'm not making this up, and she says, I knew you were the special someone I could free my soul with as soon as I saw you, and puts her hand on my chest. Whew. I thought she was the one for a hot minute. I was dead wrong. I was a damn fool. That's what I was. I woke up, carpet burned on the hotel room, and she gone. I like the flower child stuff, though. puts us poor boys from Mississippi with these pretty white girls from California. The only bad part puts me with them could have been talking about I wish I would have lasted on the river that never stops. So much for timelessness on the river that never stops.
May 1978.
Yes, my sister. Yeah, it was him and my sister. I could kill him, I swear to God, I could kill him. I'd slaughter him like the pig he is and then bring him back just to do it again. Spineless. Spineless. I should have known. The way he looked at her, laughing at jokes that weren't funny, smirking for no good reason, a bug drowning in honey. I should have known. My mother always said, you can see the truth in the way someone lies. And this, he left me to this town with no one else, and a bunch of letters to throw in the trash. It's okay. You know what? I don't want to follow him where he's going.
October 1998.
Doesn't this kind of look like you'd imagine hell looking? Smells like it anyway. Of course, even if this was hell, I wouldn't mind staying here a little while longer.
Yes, it does. More way than one. Listen, I don't think I'm gonna apply to transfer somewhere else. I don't fit in.
What?
Okay, New Orleans is an evil place. Not even in a sexy way. I mean in a satanic, evil, bad place. And then I mentioned this is a bad place. I mean, I was walking around and I think I seen the first dead body laying out on the sidewalk. Man, and plus, I don't think they'd like a dude from New York anywhere else but New Orleans proper but Tulane. And, like, this is not the lifestyle that Tennessee Williams made it out to be. Like, jazz is a soundtrack to every glamorous, genius, and swashbuckling little thing you do. And all the tragedy is entertainment. Mind if I take off my shirt? My motto's always been, take it easy.
Oh, come on. See, that's your problem, man. You have trouble distinguishing between reality and fantasy. You're missing the entire point of why Tennessee Williams loved New Orleans. It's real, it's gritty. It's not an evil city, it's a city that's unafraid of death. Here, you don't have to worry about how young or old you are. New Orleans isn't afraid of aging. I mean, look out there. The Mississippi. The same one Mark Twain wrote about.
I didn't know there was another one.
Just making sure you know that's the one. That's it. Right here and onward. Seriously, every inch of this place has the most bizarre history you can hope for.
But I just wish there wasn't so much rape and murder and crack and racism.
Tell me, what city is there clear of rape and murder and crack and racism? Tell me so I can sell everything and move there.
Branson fits those standards probably.
Exactly my point. Branson isn't a real city. It's just cardboard and bad musicals. If you want to be a writer, you gotta deal with stuff like we have here in New Orleans. You know, real life.
You think I don't know real life and that I'm detached from the real world? I don't appreciate a culture where every time you walk out the rich part of town with nothing but upper class white kids, you see nothing but the poorest neighborhoods and the poorest schools in the county. And another thing I don't appreciate, our Confederate flags hanging up in every county of every state in the 5-state here. I'm lost. And I think everybody else is, and they just too afraid to admit it.
Christ, I was just joking. Give me a break, all right, and stop with this pitiful outlook on life. I'm your friend. Does that count for anything?
Yeah, but I live with you, and I can't avoid you. I go anywhere else, and I don't fit in.
You've only been here for a month.
Why do you care?
Honestly,
For God's sakes, honestly.
I'm having trouble making friends here, too.
Oh, and I'm a pitiful outlook. It's like high school all over again. In a cosmic level.
Come on. Old ladies and beignets, us lonely people have got to stick together.
Life off in the spirit and sweep over us. You're right. Us lonely people do have to stick together.
September 1995.
I'm desperately in love with this woman from New Orleans. Real artistic type.
Oh, like what's her name?
I don't know. We're not that close. Just in love.
Really, what's her name?
I think it's James Lipton or something like that.
Pretty cute.
Damn your voice all pretty considerably. Another question?
How do you think you'll die?
Oh my. Tough one. Like, how do I want to die or how do I think I'll die?
Give me both.
Well, first, I think I'd like to die by being squished by a giant monster. No, that doesn't sound right. I'd rather die intertwined with my true love.
James Lipton?
Yeah, James Lipton. I'd like to die intertwined with her like the lovers of Pompeii. I could die any way like that and I'd be happy.
Most beautiful thing I ever heard anyone say.
Really?
Really?
You don't know how happy I am we wound up in this city at the same time.
Never made that good. You believe in love?
Do you?
That's first.
I believe there are people who, if time weren't a factor, who continually learn from each other forever.
April 1959.
Don't nobody want to know the truth? Isn't there anybody here who wants to know the truth? It's here. It ain't hiding. It's waiting to shake hands and be taken in like an old friend. So why we ignore it? Because the truth ain't pretty. Because the truth is, we got ourselves a slave system. Because the truth is, we got us some bourgeois pigs running things, keeping us from what we should see, sweeping things under the rugs. Think. Shouldn't we hear more good than bad about them Cubans when all they did was free themselves? You say, how the rich stay rich while the poor stay eating dirt? And I wondered, for the longest time, why my mother had to starve to death all through the Depression and sometime thereafter while others got 7-course meals every night. Because the truth is, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. You're either a slave to the system or a slave driver, and ain't no one. No president, no Congress can emancipate us anytime soon. We got to do that ourselves. We got to say, we ain't gonna work in no shotgun houses our whole lives while others wine and dine in their mansions. That's why I'm here in Audubon today. So this message can be heard where it needs to be heard.
Hey, there are children around. Why don't you take your advertising someplace else?
What? You trying to protect your kids? Because all you're doing is keeping the truth from them.
Listen, you degenerate. You know, if you disrespect my family one more time, I'm going to call the cops on down here. And you know what they like to do to your type? You rebels, you freaks, beatniks. You know what they like to do? They like to beat you. And oh, they like to beat you real bad, just like most of the people in this here park when it comes to you circus animals. So, in order for that not to happen, because they might beat you to death, I just wish you would shut up!
My mother ain't died an early death. And I didn't grow up poor and fatherless. And I didn't get my wisdom the hard way so I could be put down by some man who says I'm disrespecting his family by trying to get the truth out there. Don't nobody want to know the truth? Yeah? Well, yell at me all you like, because the truth is louder than any word you might say. We might both be prostituting ourselves, but at least I'm not whoring myself out for a lie. At least I'm willing to die for what I believe in. At least I'm willing to kill for what I believe in. Don't nobody want to know the truth?
October 1995.
History is more than some of these parts. To paraphrase Mr. William Faulkner, a resident of the French Quarter, the past is never dead and buried. It ain't even passing through orders. No. We see our past every day in the architecture of our buildings and the notes of the plan of the streets. And the design of our grades, and to dig a little deeper, you see the line between the past and the present, not only blurred, but ready to snap like a wishbone. If you listen closely at night, you hear the voices of the dying Civil War soldiers, fatally injured by their fellow countrymen. You hear the cries of the African and Caribbean slaves being brought and torn from their children. You hear the voodoo chants of Louis Laveau trying to communicate with the dead. And on the next stop in the gorgeous Audubon Park, they say if you have a special ear and if you get past the exteriors of the exquisiteness of the place, you can still hear the bullet that tore through the Thomas Lafayette School like a bat screaming over 20 years ago. Yes, upper class Thomas Lafayette. Quiet as could be, was performing his daily route by casting out bread for the birds when a deranged youth by Harvey Parker came up and popped him right into the school. Oh, hello, sweet thing. The costume party was lovely. As always, you like what I got on? I got the ability to just read people. Funny thing is, I left from a tour that I was giving today. They got me doing these voodoo tours, same ones as we fun. Pays rent though, so I did one. Know that special about the spot is the first place I ever fell in love. That's right, believe it or not, with the big ass squirrels. We look at this guy playing fiddle with the placing, balancing him on to the rope, and he plays Living in Rose. And me, a fortunate someone, just look at each other. It was the strangest thing, but it was so out there, I know I had to stick my mind as long as mine, which is as long as I live. You know the song I'm talking about it? Oh, you know the one. That goes like, hold me close and hold me fast, the magic spells you cast. This is Lavina Rose. Oh, baby, how I wish I could ever deliver me from this life I've been living. You know I still can't believe I ever come this circle. I feel so obnoxious, but I feel it like it's too late to make any changes. This is how everybody knows me, and it's kind of worked for me until recently. All my friends are still around, but it ain't the same. It's like they too busy growing up or something. Just wonder where it all went wrong, baby. And I wonder. As long as I got you at least. Man, I don't know how to give woman any more time.
Just go with your gut. I've given up on judging anybody.
Like, I think it's all in my mind, man. Like, I commit to moving somewhere, and then I find the definite flaws, and my first reaction is to leave. I mean, like, I can't even find a positive or help with some of the things that I'm witnessing.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to stay out of guilt. I mean, it's prideful to look at some of the things down there and say, I'ma fix that.
It's hubris, though, just saying. Like, I'm going to help, and I'm starting to recognize some of it. I critique on a defeating level, and like, and otherwise it's beautiful, like a jazz band or a blues band. I hear it, I think, like, and then I think again, this is just because of some of the worst atrocities that human beings have ever done to each other. And then I think again, once, this came about in spite of some of those things. You come from a wealthy family, right?
Relatively, yes. I'm from a family of means.
You know your family's history? Did they come from slaves? Did they own slaves?
Yes.
How do you cope with that?
I feel about it probably the same way Hawthorne felt about his family's connection to the Salem witch trials. I feel cursed and burdened by the tragedy they took part in, and I don't know if I'd never fully understand, even with the context of their time, how to forgive them for that, or how to love and respect my own blood. I wonder what I would have done in their position, and I don't want to know the answer. I feel like I know more than most what it's like to be born into original sin, to be the Egyptian to Moses' people. It's something that no one can ever fully cope with because the despair and the guilt is wider than perception itself. So all I can do is no more than what Hawthorne did, and maybe change my name, not to doubt start a long new line of repentance if I can. Keep in mind that the worst I can do is lose myself in self-pity. I'm trying my hardest not to, and I think I'm going to succeed. That's how I cope with the unbearable.
September 1980.
I'm over at the University of New Orleans now. Finished up stuff in community college, working on being an accountant. No, I haven't spoken to him or her. Still hurts. I think about it more than I like to admit. Somehow I think it's my fault, like I'm not good enough for anyone to stay around for. And that hurts most. But it's like, what the hell am I supposed to do till I'm 100% again? Just up and quit? I ain't gonna quit over a little heartache. I'm ready to move on. And I have, for the most part.
January 1954.
Did you hear them bury Oscar, Dad?
What?
Papa Oscar, Dad. I paid my respects to him at the coffin. For me and you. Everyone was there. Oscar would have been happy. Even the president said something.
Roosevelt.
No, Dad, Eisenhower. He said there wasn't another music like New Orleans music. Nobody played it like Oscar. You know I love you, Dad.